Beckham Jr. commissioned. It shows OBJ as a Ram, picking up OBJ as a Brown with some meteors flying through the sky. Is this something we could envision in your home, you picking up yourself?
Yeah, you know, Ryan, I'm a man that likes to hang a nice piece of art, not just pictures of myself, but this picture has so many meanings. Think about this. OBJ with the Browns was down. OBJ with the Rams won the Super Bowl. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to pick my brother up and bring him with me. So many, you know, the old saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words. This picture here, honestly, could be worth more than that.
I like that. Oh, okay. You got me sold on this. At first, I wasn't so sure. Now I'm on board. That's the Booger effect right here. And by the way, we're going to bring him back in because we're going streaking. Little shout out to the movie Old School. Booger. Will Aaron Rodgers continue his MVP streak for a third straight year?
Aaron Rodgers will play like an MVP, but he will not win the MVP. I think that's going to Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. He's been trending that way, and I think the Bills are going to have a monster year. And if that's the case, Josh Allen has to be outstanding, and I think he will be.
Yeah, I can't see him winning 3 in a row, and Allen is amazing. Jeremy, will the Chiefs win the AFC West for the 7th straight season?
Right over to AFC West Championship land. They've won at least 12 games every year with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes together. That battery will get it done. They will miss Tyreek Hill, but will still be highly effective on offense getting it done. The Chargers will push them as far as roster strength. They're right there with Kansas City, but the Chiefs will eke it out.
Jeremy Fowler buying the Chiefs. Okay, Booger, will the NFC East have a new division winner for the 19th straight year?
No, I think the Cowboys are going to win it. And people are going to continue to say, yeah, but they're not the best team in that division. I think they are. I think they got the best quarterback in that division in Dak Prescott. For some reason, everybody on ESPN seems to be down on Dak. Not really sure why. I think Dak is going to have an outstanding year. And even though they're going to do it a little bit differently, I think the Cowboys win the NFC East this year.
Okay, well, I'll tell you, the Eagles are hoping to prove you wrong. They're hoping to continue that streak by winning the division. And guys, check this out. Recently, Philly running back Miles Sanders told CBS Sports this. Oh, man, we feel like we're on an all-star team. We feel unstoppable. I'm not going to lie. Look, guys, as the eternal Philly pessimist, I'm going to say it feels like a lie. But let me step out of it. Booger, are the Eagles unstoppable?
Well, listen, hopefully he's seen the clip when Vince Young said dream team. Remember that? Like we've seen that before. And how did that work out for the Eagles? They're going to be really, really good. The offensive line is going to be outstanding. A lot of this is going to hinge on Jalen Hurts. But as far as the Eagles being unstoppable, listen, it's the end of June. It's almost 4th of July weekend. Everybody feels good right now. Jacksonville feels like they're unstoppable. So, yeah, I'm going to allow him to feel that way because if he doesn't, who will? Well, let's be realistic. I don't even know if they're the best team in their division, let alone unstoppable.
Yeah, and you know what? Can we put up that Vince Young clip? Let's put up that if we can, because that's just hilarious when you refer to that. But I have to say, I appreciate the optimism, especially in a town like Philly from Miles Sanders. I kid when I say it feels like a lie. I love his attitude. But, Jeremy, what are you hearing around the league about the expectations for this team?
Well, Ryan, I just talked to a few people around the league who said, look, the Eagles could win that division. They're talented enough to do it. They built pretty good roster strength, but they're going to pump the brakes a little bit on being an all-star team. If we're talking, best rosters in the NFL, like the Rams or the Bills, not quite there. But if they can win the division, certainly have enough to get it done. They just need a few more pieces. But this is a team that's built for now and the future. Whether Jalen Hurts is the long-term answer or not, they have flexibility with multiple first-round picks next year and a really good roster top to bottom.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And so, Booger, we talk about an all-star team. How much pressure does that put on Jalen Hurts to be an all-star player?
Well, there's a ton of pressure on him because, before you can be a dream team or an all-star team, you first have to have a team that's solidified now and going forward. And we don't know what Jalen Hurts is going to be. He got a lot better last year. I'll give him credit. But he still needs to continue improving as a passer. We know what he is as a runner. He is outstanding. He is dynamic. He is make you miss, run over you in the open field. But in this league, I don't care who you are, whether it's Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, you have to throw the football consistently from the pocket in order for your team to win and win at a high level. And he's still got to prove that he can do that.
And we will see if he can prove that this season. All right, thanks, guys. Let's turn to another quarterback in the league. Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson. His disciplinary hearing before Judge Sue Robinson will continue today. Watson has been accused by 25 women of actions ranging from sexual assault to inappropriate behavior during massage sessions. Want to bring back in Jeremy Fowler. Jeremy, what's the latest in this situation?
Well, the hearing takes on day 3 today. Could wrap up. Sue L. Robinson is running the show on this hearing, where the NFLPA, the union, Deshaun Watson have their lawyers. They'll make their case, while the NFL lawyers will make their case that this should be a lengthy suspension. So it could be a decision this week, but the fact they went to a third day on the hearing could draw this out a little bit longer. Robinson could also ask for more information, more documentation, which could draw this out even further. But either way, definitely a decision. Maybe even in the next week or so, definitely before training camp is the expectation.
Okay, that's the expectation, and I wouldn't be surprised if Sue Robinson requested more information, needed more time. This is a case of first impression for her in terms of being in this role. So sometimes you want to give people an ample chance to provide.
I feel this morning guy who's reacting exactly how they want it.
Exactly. Rose, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, and I think, a part of this is James Harden's relationship with Daryl Morey, the Sixers president. Obviously, they were together in Houston. He was hell-bent on acquiring James Harden. He finally did it prior to the trade deadline. And Tad Brown, who's essentially the CEO in Philadelphia, he was also in Houston with James Harden. So I do think those relationships, and I think the trust level among them has been helpful as James Harden has had to navigate this free agency decision.
I can't say I was a Harden fan after the end of the playoffs. I am definitely one now. Okay, Woj, let's go around the league on some other big free agency news stories. What's the latest on Bradley Beal?
Yeah, Bradley Beal declined his option yesterday, and now he becomes an unrestricted free agent. All signs point certainly to a return in Washington. He's eligible for a 5-year, $250 million deal. And listen, he has professed his loyalty to that organization, to that community and city. And, you saw yesterday Tommy Schefter, their GM, go out and get Will Barton, Monte Morris from the Denver Nuggets, bring some veterans into that locker room and some leadership. Will Barton has a great impact on locker rooms, and I think he'll be really helpful in Washington.
How about the former #1 pick, DeAndre Ayton?
He's headed for likely a sign-and trade, Ryan. He's a restricted free agent. Phoenix can match any offer sheet he signs out there, but they've made it pretty clear while I think they value DeAndre Ayton, they don't value him at a max number. It's about salary allocation, and they're going to put money in other places, and not necessarily into the center position, but there are plenty of teams in the marketplace who would like DeAndre Ayton on a max deal. And so those conversations will start this evening. And you'll see, I think, Phoenix, Indiana, this is how teams who are pursuing him feel, there's going to be a sign and trade where they get some kind of an asset or assets in Phoenix, and they can do a deal that gets DeAndre Ayton to his max number in a trade.
Wow, you wonder where he ends up. At first, we thought it might be Detroit. Maybe not now after that recent trade they had with the Knicks, which brings me to Jalen Brunson. What's going on there?
Yeah, the Knicks now can make an offer to Jalen Brunson this evening. 4 years, $110 million, the neighborhood of that. There's a lot of connections, a lot of history between Jalen Brunson and Knicks leadership, some really long and deep relationships. And clearly the Knicks have a lot of confidence that they can acquire Jalen Brunson. They cleared out $30 million in cap space. They had to use some picks and assets to get there, and clearly I think they do it with a confidence that they're going to be able to sign Jalen Brunson to a massive deal, and that's a big hit to the Dallas Mavericks. He is not easily replaceable in the backcourt with Luka Doncic.
Okay, so maybe the Knicks get their man. Maybe does that make them into a playoff team? We shall see. Woj, thank you so much. I know you're getting ready for a big day. Your phone is charged up. We can't wait to see all the Woj bombs that come